Hey, welcome back to Bridal Sewing Techniques, and today we're going to talk about how to straighten a lettuce edge hem. Are you someone who has experience with a mix of sewing but is looking to get into the bridal sewing niche? This channel is for you. Hit subscribe to become a part of the community. Before we talk about how to straighten a lettuce edge hem, let's first define what it is. No, it's not something that you plant in your garden or find on your sandwich, but the ruffly edge of the lettuce has lent out its name to the serged edge. Sometimes brides love a lettuce edge, and sometimes it's unwelcome. So I just want to explain to you how to get rid of it if you don't need it. For instance, here is a satin serged edge gown, and it has lettuced up a little bit, and it actually does not belong with the design of this gown. So how does the lettuce even appear? Well, if you can picture that cross hatching as the weave of the fabric, and also picture these feed dogs moving underneath the presser foot. They're kind of stretching the fabric out a little bit as you're serging. And so that's what causes the lettuce edge to happen. So lettucing happens when you are sewing a knit, something you can stretch. Either it's designed to stretch like a knit, or it's like a tulle that's a very open weave, or sometimes I'm drawing a skirt here if you're looking at it from above. Sometimes when you hit the bias region of the fabric, just the way it's laying, that will also lettuce out. And so sometimes it'll only lettuce out in certain spots on your hem. You'll have some straight parts and then some lettuce parts. That you're almost always going to want to correct. Sometimes we'll get the lettuce edge on something like this veil, and the bride loves it. They love the little playful, whimsy edge that it gives. So whenever I do put a lettuce edge on something, I do allow the bride to look at it first, and I just let her know, if you want this lettuce edge, we can keep it for you, or we can press it out. It is corrected by pressing. And then I warn her, once it's pressed out, the only way to get it back in is to reserge. So the only way to get the lettuce edge back in is to spring that fabric back open with your serging. Now here I'm gesturing how I'm pressing with my hands. So you're going to go from up higher on the skirt down across the hem. You're not going to go back and forth. You're going to go down. If you go back and forth, that's where you're going to get that jiggity jag looking thing that I did, the little sketch on the edge. And, truthfully, when you first start pressing, sometimes you will have the lettuce edge kind of curl under a little bit, and you have to pick at it and straighten it with your fingers. But basically what you need to do is you need to soften the fabric, and then here we go again. From the top down is the direction that we're going to press, not side to side. You're not going horizontally along with the hem, because that's going to make it kind of kinked up looking. You're definitely going to want to take your tailor's clapper and go back over it just to really kind of seal the deal for this serged edge and make it lay nice and flat. You're also going to want to take a couple of passes, okay? So you're going to do at least one where you're going from the top of the skirt down across the edge. Use your clapper and work your way all the way around the hem, and then do it once more. So a lot of times, don't be frustrated. A lot of times it will not permanently lay flat just with one pass. After you get this to lay down, though, you don't always have to press this vertically. You can go back to your typical horizontal style pressing, and it'll do just fine. I hope this has helped you. I know what you're looking for. You've been sewing for years, but you want to get into full-time bridal sewing. But there's something missing. You're missing the backroom secrets, the industry tips and tricks. the tools, the sources, the techniques that give you the speed and the accuracy that the industry demands. You have found it.